It's the big difference is the quality of the product. So when you're talking about things like safety, you're talking about things like handling, grip, wet weather performance, road noise, these sorts of issues, that's where the differences between your budget brand tyre and your premium brand tyre become significant. Fantastic question. The easiest answer to that is if you go to your car and you open up the driver's side door, there's a little placard on the inside of the driver's door.
Okay.
And that will show you the different tyres that car has standard option. So there might be 3 or 4 different size tyres that vehicle would be manufactured with. And generally as part of that, it will have the recommended PSI next to that as well. It might be, we'll use an example that they're no longer going to be made, unfortunately, but say a Holden Commodore. You buy a new Commodore, you get it with, as a standard, it would come with an 18-inch rim. It may say it's a 34 PSI requirement is what they recommend on that tyre. You buy that exact same car, but you get the 20-inch sports, mag wheel upgrade. It might recommend a 31 PSI or a 32 PSI instead. So we, in terms of Mobile Tyre Shop, as a rule of thumb, we will just follow that tyre placard. Okay. If you have gone out and purchased a set of aftermarket rims and you've got something completely different that's off the manufacturer, normally there will be a range on those PSIs. And as a standard, we would set it to 2 PSI above the minimum recommendation. So if the size recommendations are giving you anything between 31 and 36 PSI, we'd set it to around 33, 34.
Okay. Are there certain tyres that you wouldn't put on a car? Like, I mean, you see people with big mag tyres and you're thinking, are they safer? Are they not safer? I mean, yep. Smaller rims. I mean, that's a question mark in my mind all the time as well, too, as an instructor. What is the safest tyre? I mean, how can you tell?
Yeah. So there are a lot of generalities in terms of performance and that sort of thing. As I said, generally speaking, the more you pay for a product, the better quality of product you're going to get, the better performance you're going to get out of it. There are specific brands, and I mean, I don't want to get too far into, I guess, what each brand does better than the other, but particularly brands that are made for the European market. So things like Continental and Michelin, they tend to be very soft, very sticky tyres. So they're going to get a lot more grip. So if someone's looking for a safe tyre, we want to look at a softer compound tyre, a tyre that is going to be a little bit stickier and a little bit grippier. And the offset to that, and what we explain to our customers, is the offset to that is you are going to get a shorter lifespan out of the tyre. As it's gripping more, the tyre is going to be degrading quicker, it's going to be breaking down further. So you might end up getting, 2, 5, 10,000 less kilometres than you did out of the budget brand tyres that you bought last time. But you're reducing your stopping distance by, tens of metres, wow, which is a huge change in terms of the performance of the vehicle.
That's massive. Yeah, that's interesting. But that grip, is that for wet weather as well? Is that what you're saying? Is it better for wet weather, or is it?
So that's all the time. So one of the biggest complaints, one of the biggest concerns that we have from customers, particularly with high-end premium vehicles, things like your Mercedes CLKs and these sorts of cars, is they'll ring up and they'll say, look, I bought a set of Continentals and they didn't last me at all. I don't want them again. What else have you got? And we then, I guess, have to educate the customer and let them know, look, the reason that you're not getting the life out of them is because of the way the tyre's manufactured. The rubber compound is specifically made to break down quicker because the tyres are made for these performance vehicles, so that as you're getting up to speed and slowing down quicker, you're not having the car slide along, it's going to stop.